So you want to work as a doctor in Australia. It's a great goal, a world-class healthcare system, and a great lifestyle. But there is always one big question that comes up, the cost. How much does it actually cost to go from being an international medical graduate to getting your first paid job? Let's talk about that. Now, to be clear, we are not talking about the cost of attending medical school in Australia, which is a completely different and much higher figure. What we are breaking down today is the exact cost of the AMC pathway for doctors who already have their degree from overseas. I've navigated this entire pathway and I know how confusing the cost can be. The system can feel overwhelming. And the other important thing is you don't want to invest your time and money on something that may not be rewarding at the end. Or in other words, will it be worthwhile to spend this much amount of time and money on this? So here is the step-by-step guide I wish I had when I started. All right, the first thing is the initial verification. Before you can even think about the exams, you need to get your qualifications verified. You'll do this by getting your medical degree verified through EPIC, or the Electronic Portfolio of International Credentials, to prove that your degree is legitimate. The initial cost for this is about 350 Australian dollars, but because this is charged in US dollars, you will have to convert the amount, and this might slightly change. Once that is done, the second step is to establish your official AMC portfolio. Setting this up will cost you 642 Australian dollars. Before you have even booked an exam, you're already looking at nearly $1,000. So make sure that you're serious about the process if you don't want to waste your money on this. Next step is we need to book the exams, and this is where the significant costs come in. First off, the AMC Part 1 or the CAT MCQ exam. This is a computer-based exam that tests your medical knowledge. The authorization fee for this exam is 2,920 Australian dollars. There is no doubt about that, but you have to remember this is just the first part of your assessment. There are more coming up. Because then comes your English language proficiency. You have a few options here like the OET, IELTS, or PT. The OET, which is specifically designed for healthcare professionals, costs around 587 Australian dollars, while IELTS and PT are slightly cheaper at about $475. And you have to do the English proficiency test unless you are from the exempted countries. Once you pass the MCQ, the third thing is the clinical exam or AMC Part 2. This is the exam where you prove your practical skills. You have two main options here. The first is the in-person clinical exam, and there is some good news here. As of July 1st, 2025, the AMC has reduced the fee for this from almost $4,000 down to 3,000 Australian dollars. And then there is online version, which cost around $3,400. This fee reduction is a huge relief for many candidates. Now, one more thing. You don't have to wait to do AMC clinical exam to get the job, so you might be able to get the job after AMC1 as well. But in this video, I'm trying to tell you the whole cost of doing everything that you are supposed to do. So we'll still talk about it. The second option is the workplace-based assessment or WBA. This is for those who are already in Australia and have a supervised position. Generally, you'll be doing this if you have passed AMC1 and you got a job in a hospital which offers WBA. The fee for this can vary by hospital, but it is an alternative to the traditional clinical exam. The fourth thing is your registration and visa. You need to apply for your provisional registration with Australian Health Practitioner Regulation Agency, and there are two fees here. One is initial application fee of $720 and a provisional registration fee of $506. With your registration, you then need a visa to actually work. Most IMCs will apply for the Skills in Demand visa or subclass 482. As of July 2025, the application fee for this is 3,210 Australian dollars. So let's add all of this. When you combine the EPIC verification, AMC portfolio, English test, MCQ exam, in-person clinical exam, APRA registration, and the visa fee, you're looking at a total of around 11,800 Australian dollars. And the uncomfortable truth here is this does not include hidden costs like exam prep courses, question banks, flight to Australia, or your initial accommodation and so on. The big question is it actually worth it? Let's look at the numbers. The average salary for an entry-level medical officer in Australia is around $90,000 to $110,000 per year. This means you could potentially recoup your entire investment in just a few months of work. While the upfront cost is high, there is no doubt about that, the long-term financial and professional rewards are substantial. So If you ask me, is it worthwhile? I would say definitely, because it just gets better from there. I hope this detailed breakdown gives you the clarity you need to financially plan your journey. It's a challenging and expensive path, but with careful budgeting, the smart ones adapt and make it achievable. If you have any questions about these costs, drop them in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer every single one of them. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe for more essential guides on navigating the MC pathway and starting your career down under. Thank you for watching and all the best for your exam.